Canopy Music Theatre is an outdoor, open-air, socially distanced music venue in the heart of Toronto where people can hear fantastic, top-notch musicians with top-notch quality sound in a safe outdoor environment.
There's nothing I could have said to ease your minds, let the music take you to bed.
It was probably June, and I'd heard from some of my mates like, hey man, let's just get together and play. I just want to play, you know? And so I sort of thought, well, we could probably do that here safely. So we had the band over on Canada Day. We didn't have any audience in the yard, but we let the neighbors know. And all the neighbors had people, you know, had their families over and stuff. And we just were taking requests from over the fence and jamming some tunes and wishing people happy Canada Day. And we figured it was a festive day, so people might be a bit patient if we're making a bit of noise. And, you know, we were really happy to see that everybody loved it and everybody missed it, you know? And we had neighbors saying, hey, could you do that more? You know? So that's when we started thinking, well, we got some space. What if we booked another band? Because we played all our songs already. We could book another band, maybe even get some people in distanced to watch. And because we had all these people on social media saying, hey, how do I get in on this? You know, the demand showed up before the idea did.
Don't you lose your head, baby, don't you lose your head. Say the words I need.
We've had some really cool instances with audience members. You know, we had a couple young kids going to see their first concert here, you know, and it's really cool to see that kids can still go through that rite of passage even through all this quarantine mess. We had friends that hadn't seen each other in 5-6 months, but they knew that they could come here, each book a table 6 feet apart, and they could safely catch up. So we had friends that were like, oh, it's so good to see you right here in our yard before the show, you know. We had some young kids come and see their first comedy show. We did a comedy show back here. That was really cool. So we did this with the intent of helping musicians, but we realized that everybody's benefiting from it. One of my favorite moments, it happened the first night that we brought in lighting, because we started to get into the sunset hours and the nighttime hours. And on this first show with lighting, we had 3 different people say, do people live here? And in my head, that is mission accomplished. It worked. They think it's a theater, you know? So that was a really special moment for me because it meant that we had sort of tricked them, you know?
It's your time. Whoa, before you even know, city takes your soul, city takes your soul, city takes your soul.
The lighting came in because of Yorkville. Because as soon as we had battery-powered speakers, we had a big chunk of power that was no longer running off the grid. So that's when we started thinking, we can make this twinkly, you know? So Terry's got some lights, I've got some lights. We made some runs to Costco to transfer some of our regular light bulbs to LEDs to lower the power draw. And then we've also been running a lot of the power off battery power as well, again, just to make sure we don't flip a breaker. And we noticed that it really made it a show. The EXM series speakers have been a real game changer for us. First off, the battery power has meant that we don't have to run our main speakers off of the grid. So we have way less power draw to worry about. We don't have to worry about flipping a breaker. It also means that we can put them anywhere. We don't have to worry about whether we can reach power to that spot. We can place them anywhere in the yard and really design the sound for what we need. They've also been really valuable with the Bluetooth feature. We had an incident where I think we had a busted cable and it was causing some hum, and we needed to turn off the board to find that cable. But we had house music going, we had guests in the theater. So what we did is we ran the playlist through the speaker itself. We turned on the Bluetooth feature and the audience didn't even notice. We kept the house music going and then we were able to troubleshoot a problem, smooth, easy. When we first got the speakers, we were like, oh, battery powered, is it gonna be like, you know, are they sacrificing volume in order to pull this off? But we have never needed more volume. It has had ample power. We're really impressed with the amount of air that they push. The sound quality is fantastic. We're able to dial in a sound that we really like. And the power, we've never run out. We run out of power before the speakers do, so that works for us. So we've been collaborating with some of the musicians that have already played here and some of the musicians that are going to be playing here in the future. And we've been going out into Toronto because now with a battery-powered system, anywhere can be a stage, anywhere can be a show.
Yeah, no, I'm fine on my own. Fine on my own. Fine on.
Hey guys, welcome to Canopy Theatre. Let's get you seated. So on our way back, I'm just going to run through some health and safety protocol. Anytime that we are up and walking in the theater, we are going to have our masks on. Same with when we go into the house. Washrooms are available on the top floor. But once you're seated, feel free to take off masks and make yourself comfortable. Thanks. We are really normalizing asking for space. So if at any point today anyone's in your space or making you uncomfortable, everyone gets the same spiel. So please ask them to take a step back and we'll all honor that request. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so just watch your steps here. Again, washrooms are top floor, straight in to the right. Okay. And absolutely. Enjoy.